And straight away, as soon as the action starts, we have Matti And Ole trying to regain that lead. But for once, the pressure is on the Finnish driver, and he now is the one to start making the mistakes. He's going very, very fast in front of Rolf Nielsen and Kjetil Bolneset, but unfortunately, this being his first run, he is actually going to make quite a number of errors. There, going over the curbs as he comes round to finish the first lap, but then he's going far too fast into the chicane. The back of the Porsche clips the banking and straight off into the sand. Nielsen goes by into the lead, Bolneset holds second place, Michael Nordstrom third. But Ole at this point is beginning to wonder if everything has really gone wrong for him. There we see it again in slow motion. He clipped the curb quite hard, and the Porsche goes backwards into the sand, and there's no way that Ole can get out. The Finnish driver was extremely lucky that the Porsche wasn't badly damaged. As he walks away, he must seriously be thinking whether his title chances are at last over.
And Nielsen goes on to win this heat in front of Bolneset and Nordstrom. A strong drive by Nielsen, but of course he wouldn't have won this heat hadn't it been for Matti And Ole's accident.
And that picture there says it all. I think in any language you can see that Matti there is praying that there is nothing wrong with the car. And still with the qualifying heats, this time it's Martin Schanche who makes a very good start ahead of Niittymaki, but he too, he knows he's got to stay in the lead. He didn't expect to be given a chance like this to retain his title for a fifth time, if that were possible. Back in second place though, we just saw Niittymaki making a big mistake there as he went up over the curb. He lost second place momentarily to Bernhard Karl, the German, in the other Porsche, but now as they go up onto the bank and round the top, Niittymaki loses absolutely no time in taking second place back. And there Martin right up onto two wheels. He nearly made the same mistake as Ole, but he still keeps his foot down, and remarkably he loses very little time, if any at all. That was an absolutely masterly recovery by the Norwegian ace as he comes round to take victory in this, the first of his qualifying heats. And Martin looks absolutely settled as he storms into the lead. This time it's the British driver, John Welsh. It's his turn to make a mistake there. As you see, car number 47. John tries to keep up with Ole Arneson's Quattro, and as they go into the first corner, all he can do is spin out. John later admitted that both he and Arneson were way over the limit at that point, and it really surprised him that Arneson managed to get round the corner. Meanwhile, we see Bolneset still going well in the Quattro there. He didn't have a good start to the season, but now he's making amends for it. Start of lap 2 and drama once more as Schanche again gets it wrong into the chicane. Arneson sees his chance and the Swede close to the door very firmly on the Norwegian. Martin goes off into the sand and there's no way he can continue. There has been damage to the front suspension or steering. They weren't sure until they had the car taken apart. We see it again there in slow motion, and it was a very, very hefty thump by Martin into the Quattro. Of course, there really was nowhere for Martin to go. Arneson kept to his line, did absolutely nothing wrong, and Martin, trying to get back onto the track, is simply thrown out of the way and back into the sand.
Arneson, of course, goes on to win this heat, but Martin will in fact secure pole position for the A final with a superb third qualifying run. But I think Ole Arneson is very well pleased with himself by now.
Yes, because Arneson was back. Oh, there we see Piet Dam, the local driver, trying extremely hard in the BMW. But Arneson, as you say, very, very pleased to win this one, because down in third place, I think Arneson too had almost given up chance of winning the title. Nielsen comes through into second place, and Bolneset very nearly had Piet Dam for third, but the Dutchman just got it.